Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here. It's been a while. I haven't made a blog like this showing my face and all like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I will not be pre-ordering the Switch 2. I have no intention of getting the Switch 2 anytime soon. Especially because first the prices at $450 for the base Switch 2 or $500 for with the package, which is a pretty decent deal because if you get Mario Kart Tour with the package deal, you will be saving $30 of Mario Kart Tour pretty much. Kind of weird they will not include Welcome Tour in the Switch 2 bundle, but honestly, I could wait a while, like a good while. If you guys want to pick up Switch 2, best of luck to you. The pre-orders were pretty crazy. People missed out on it, and people got the pre-orders by luck because the website keeps crashing. Like, I don't know what's wrong with these people, that they don't have enough servers to be able to handle the demand. Maybe it's more than they can actually do, but whatever it is, I think they're gonna have to start going back to the old methods of picking up a pre-order, which is going to a store, waiting in the line, and getting your pre-order like GameStop did. And then every other store should do the same and not put it online, because online is where the scalper is gonna buy the living crap out of it. But if you just do it in person, you could control the scalper activity a lot better. So, you know, that's something that's gonna have to be done in the future. Like, they're gonna have to go back to the old route where scalpers have no way to pre-order like a billion of them online in order for them to sell it for this price right here. $750 for a Switch 2, you out of your mind. Literally, you're out of your mind. Yeah, so that makes the $450 and $500 seem cheap, even though they're not cheap. PS5 is still freaking $500. That's why I don't have it yet. I'm never paying $500 for a freaking console unless I'm rich in crypto. And I'm not joking around there. So, honestly, I could survive not getting a Switch 2. It's not something like, oh my god, I need. Yes, I want to play Mario Kart World. Yes, I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza at some point. But I'm not in any rush to play these games, as good as they are. Because I do have a big backlog of especially Switch games right here. Look at all the Switch games I have. A little more than half of these I have not played yet, but I played almost half of these already. As an adult, you don't have all the time in the world in order to go through all the games, but I'm actually going through my backlogs right now. I haven't been buying too much games as of late. I haven't been going out because money is tight right now in this economy. The little that I make, I have to do it for my needs and not for my wants. And gaming is not in the top of my list. As much as I'm a game collector, as much as I love buying games and all, but it's not my main focus at this time. I will be going back to game hunting pretty soon, I'll say that. But right now, when I do go game hunting, it's probably gonna be searching for good deals and games to like flip for profits to be able to buy more games, so you get the idea. So yeah, you know, I'm happy with this Switch and the Switch Lite. I mean, like, I could survive 2 full years without a Switch 2 if I have to. Probably gonna get a Switch 2 a lot sooner than that, but I'm just saying, like, every other consoles besides the Nintendo Switch itself, I got it pretty late in the line. So, I'll tell you an example. Super Nintendo, it came out in around 1990 or 1991, right? I got it 2 years after. N64 came out in 1996. I got it 3 years after in 1999. The GameCube came out in 2001, the end of it. And I got it in 2005. The DS came out in 2004. When I got it, 2007. 3DS. Okay, I got it the same year because of the big price drop that they had, and I had a lot of money saved up for it already. And Switch. That's the only console I got at launch. Yes. Why? Because I had a really good stable job at the time. I said to myself, well, regardless of what happens, I have plenty of exposable income I could just spend on it, no problem. The economy was better at the time. The cost of living was a lot lower than it is right now. It was only $300, so I'm like, even though it doesn't have much games, I want to try out the technology. I want to make a video on it, so I did. But that's not the same today. $450 base Switch 2. It's not the same. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, PS2 came out in 2000, I got it in 2003. PS3, it came out in 2006. You know when I got the PS3? 2012. Yes, almost 6 full years since it came out. You see what I'm saying? I don't need a Switch 2 right away. PS4 came out in 2013. I got it in 2016. 3 years later almost. PS5 came out in 2020. I still don't have it yet. 5 years later almost. Why? Rant time! Because it's freaking expensive! Like these base prices, they're just going up. They're not going down. And yet I have 3 games for it. And I'm still deciding, to be honest, I'm still deciding whether to just get on the Steam Deck, which I already have. You know, get the digital version of the Steam Deck. Or just wait it out. And to be honest, I'm just playing Final Fantasy 13 PS3 in the meantime. Because why? Because I have a backlog of a lot of games that I haven't played yet that I will get to. It will give me plenty of time to kill. So when I do have money for the Switch 2 or a PS5, sure, I'll start getting to those games. But until now, it's not something I am like, oh my god, FOMOing in. Do not FOMO to get the Switch 2. These pre-orders, just because they're sold out doesn't mean they're not coming back. If you want to Switch 2 at launch, you still have a chance to get it. But for those of you that waits for it for a while, because I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to say it right here. I am never, and I can't say with 100% or a fact, but 95% or more. I am almost never going to be supporting any game key cards at all. Any Switch 2 games that has the key card requirements that you literally have to download for the internet, you have internet dependency, that's not gonna happen. As a matter of fact, even if Mario Kart World did have a game key, I would not get it, no matter what, anytime soon until they fix that. Thankfully, that's not the case with the first parties, but if you saw my shorts, it got over 1,200 views already. And you know how I felt about the Bravely Default game key card requirement. And now there are other third parties doing game key cards as well. And I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna support that. And the reason why I say almost is because, well, what if the new Super Smash Bros. Game that I really want so badly has a game key card? And I have no other choice but to get it because I really love Smash Bros. That may be the only exception there, because I'll have no other choice. But to be honest, I'm hoping that don't be the case, because Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza are not gonna have game key cards. So you know how I feel about those game key cards. You've seen a couple of videos already from me talking about it. So yeah, are you gonna get the Switch 2 at launch, or you're gonna wait it out for several months to a year or more in order for you to like, okay, there is plenty of games now on the Switch 2 that I really want, and is only on Switch 2. It's cheaper now, especially secondhand on eBay or in pawn shops. They're more accessible, and I'm like, okay, maybe now's the best time for me to get the Switch 2 when the hype dies down. Because you are paying at a premium if you're just buying in the hype. If you're trying to buy from scalpers, which I don't recommend whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it's illegal now. Because if you list something on eBay, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the case, that these scalpers list Switch 2s for eBay for $750 or more dollars, you can report that thing and they could be taken down. Yes, they could be suspended from eBay for doing that, for listing pre-orders of Switch 2s out there. I think that's their way of eBay battling scalpers out there. And I think that needs to continue being enforced. Because if scalpers continue to do whatever they want, then scalpers gonna control the market like they did with the PS5. And then you'll have to pay $750 to $1,000 for a Switch 2. And trust me, as long as that's the case, I'm not touching it at all. Heck no, that is not happening. So the Switch 2 has a lot to address, and of course a lot of people are telling it to drop the price, of course, because as long as it's $450 to $500, I vowed I would never buy a console at that price at all. The most I would spend on it is $300 to $350. Like, no, like, this is not consumer friendly. Plus, you know, you do a lot of anti-consumer thing and I don't support it. Vote with your wallet. If you believe the same as me, if you agree with everything I say in this video, vote with your wallet and do not get a Switch 2 at launch. Wait it out. If you have a big backlog of games of Switch, PS4, Steam Deck, PS5, or whatever, you know, if you have a bunch of games to play, just go through those games first. Take your mind off this hype of Switch 2. Eventually, things are gonna get better. They have to be. Unless, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna end it here. But a lot of you are not aware of it. But I suggest you do your research, and don't take my word for it. But I don't think it's gonna get any better with the prices. Why I say that? Because the dollar is losing value. And the dollar, as it keeps losing value due to inflation, due to like the cost of living going up and everything like that, and as long as the demand is high up there, you're not gonna be able to afford this thing as an average person. Where you got like $5,000 to a $2,000 or $3,000 rents to worry about, and the pays are stagnant. Yeah, I have preached that a lot on Nexi Live. I'm taking a break from that channel, but I plan to come back at some point. But yeah, link in the description below in case you want to support that when I come back. But yeah, as a gaming channel, I have to say, research cryptocurrency. Because that's what some of these crypto coins out there, like Bitcoin, Solana, Litecoin, and a few others, in the long term, the ones that have value, they will go a lot more higher in value. And if it goes to the point where I'm making thousands and thousands of dollars in profit in the future, maybe that's when I'll justify getting a Switch 2 no matter what price it is. Because, well, I could buy it and I could still survive and I could still, you know, take care of myself and stuff like that. That's why I said that was probably the only way I'm going to buy it full price. The only way. So, if you expect the Switch 2 to go down in price at some point, maybe it can happen secondhand if they're not in the best condition. Maybe in a couple years it will. I don't think the history is going to be the same as it is now. Because the dollar is eventually going to die out. And something is probably going to replace it. So, something with digital currencies. Just look it up. Don't take my word for it. You don't have to believe me. But if you do believe that the dollar is dying and the dollar is losing value, and that's why everything is so expensive right now, and you're not going to get a Switch 2 at that price, definitely vote with your wallet. Do not buy it. And if you want to buy in the future, find other ways to get around it. Do not depend on the US dollar completely. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, that's all I have to say. If you like this video and agree, like and share and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content, if you agree to it. I have more videos like this going on the way. I have more documentaries. I'm working on the Game Boy documentary video right now. I apologize that the uploads are a little bit slow. A lot has been going on with me lately that I had to slow down production. But yeah, if you want to continue supporting and for me to continue this thing, I have my PayPal donation right here. You can check it out for yourself. And if you want to see like the history of each console that I have experienced, which is most Nintendo console and PlayStation consoles, including the Steam Deck in the future. Yeah, I want to continue the series and Rise Productions, and you know, it will definitely help. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'll definitely use it for improving the productions of this thing. Anyway, that's all I have to say, and I'll see you all in the next one. Magbo Gaming out. Bye bye. Thank you for watching this video. Check these videos too that are related to what you just watched. I'm sure you will find some enjoyment there. You can also follow me on Instagram and support the channel via Patreon or buy my Magbo merch. Links below. Hope to see you again soon.